morning, afternoon. So I have my baby girl, Georgiana, with me today, but she says she doesn't want to be seen a lot, so I'll block her. Usually in a class, I'll ask people what they're dealing with, what they want to work on before we start any aches and pains. And of course, I can't ask you guys because we're so far away. So Georgie has asked for core. However, she is a harpist and she's been working on some really good pieces and her arms are tired, so she prefers not to do a whole lot of planks to work the core. So that kind of gives us a little bit more creativity when we're put in that type of, not box, it just helps us to paint with different colors. Now, I was also talking to her about a surprise pose that we might start to pick out to work into our practice. Our practice is if we're not getting, hey, let's do this, let's try this. So if it inspires you and you think, you know what, I do want to try this pose, please comment, let me know what you would like to work on. So what we're going to do is to take the yoga Bible and we're going to flip and just see what we land on today. So we've been playing with this, like, oh, that's a good one, oh, that's a good one. So let's see what we got. We don't want it to be anything really strange. Okay, revolve chair pose. So this is going to work in with our working the core with not a lot of planks. So that's perfect. Okay. If you don't have, this is just such a nice little book. It gives you so many different yoga poses, describes them, gives really nice pictures. But we will do our revolved yoga pose sometime throughout this practice. So what we're going to do to start out with on a cushion or a bolster, pillow, just something that gives you a little bit of height. We're going to come to an easy seated position. Thinking of sliding off the edge. So if we sit at the very top, we'll have a tendency to slump. Okay? So we want to sit off on the edge. It's easier on the hips, easier on the back, and it causes us to sit tall because if we try to slump, we start to fall forward. So it's a nice incentive just to sit tall. So I'm going to ask you just to go ahead and close your eyes and allow the weight of the body to drop down into the earth. Claiming your space. We're going to engage Mula Bandha, our root lock. The way we do this is to lift up through the pelvic floor so you're trying not to use the bathroom. I want you to hold on to that. As you scoop your tailbone under just a little bit. We're going to create Uddiyana Bandha, our navel lock. Lower tummy closer to the spine, navel inward and upward. Continue to lengthen through the spine, rolling your shoulders back and down away from the ears. Sliding your hands from the knees to the hips so that we feel more open, spreading through the collarbones, but we're bringing more awareness to the back body. So from here, we're just going to begin to breathe with sound. Slight constriction at the back of the throat. Notice what's going on within the body. So to start our practice with that focus on core, our dogs know that we're having a yoga party in here. What we're going to do is to utilize the breath to warm up the core. So we're going to come into Kapalabhati, our skull shining breath. What we're going to do is to focus on an exhalation. So it would sound, okay? It's almost like if you're going to clean your glasses, that sound just quicker. We focus on pushing out. And you can even, if you touch your fingers to your belly, you can see it and feel it. So this is the type type of breath that we're going to come into. Again, don't worry so much for the inhalation. That will come naturally. We're just going to focus on pushing the air out, which is going to work the core. We're going to do this first with our mouth open and with the mouth closed so that we're really getting into the core, speeding up digestion, getting warmer. So sitting tall, we're going to go ahead and inhale fully. Exhale completely. Inhaling 3/4 of the way. Through the mouth, 20 breaths, and exhale. Exhale fully, hinging forward, pushing all the air out of the lung. Let your head hang. When you need to inhale, raise your face, your chest coming all the way back upright, shoulders back and down away from the ears. So this is already a big difference in the core. So we're going to do this again now that we know the pattern, the rhythm of the breath. We're going to try to keep the lips closed so that we're breathing out through the nose. Now, it will, it's almost as if a gnat has flown up your nose, that you're just trying to get that gnat out. Okay? You're in the safety of your own home. Nobody's watching you. If something should fly out of your nose, it's a kriya, it's a cleansing. If something should fly out of your nose, nobody will know. Something flies out of my nose, please share this and maybe we'll go viral. So we'll go ahead, take full deep breaths. We're going to inhale fully. Exhale completely. Inhale 3/4 of the way. Through the nose 20 times and exhale. And exhale fully, hinging forward. Empty the lungs completely. Really squeeze that last drop out. Inhale, raising your face. Your chest will come all the way back up. Shoulders again rolling back and down away from the ears. I'm going to go for a round of 40. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Inhaling 3/4 of the way. Through the nose and exhale. Exhale fully, hinging forward. Pushing all of the air out of the body. Squeeze that last drop of air out. When you need to inhale, raise your face. Your chest coming all the way back up. Shoulders rolling back and down again away from the ears. We're going to do one more round. Let's do a round this time of 80 breaths. Just doubling what we just did. So we'll go ahead and inhale fully. Exhale completely. Inhale 3/4 of the way. Through the nose and exhale. forward, pushing all of the air out of the lung, emptying. And next time you need to inhale, raise your face, your chest to come all the way back up, rolling your shoulders back and down away from the ears. This is a very different sensation than when we first started. All we've done is breathe, yet we've already started to stoke the digestive fires, and we can feel an energy, that kundalini energy rising from the tailbone all the way up to polish the inside of the skull shining breath. So from here, I'm just going to ask you to create an intention for the rest of your practice. Maybe we're very much focused on the core. Maybe we focus on that energy, that fire. Maybe you're just focused on the sounds of your breath, connecting to the earth, your foundation. But as you go ahead and bow your head towards your heart, feeling the length in the back of the neck run down the spine, taking the right ear to the right shoulder, bringing your chin back to your chest, the left ear to the left shoulder, bringing your chin back to your chest. You're going to bring your head all the way back up. And as you inhale, let's go ahead and take the arms back and up, full stretch. You're going to take your right arm just alongside the body, and we're going to reach up and over, lengthening through the sides. Bottom armpit comes forward, top shoulder rolls back. If it bothers your neck to look up, you might have slept funny last night. You can look forward, look to the floor, even let your head just hang. In your next inhalation, you're going to come all the way back up, tall, tall, tall. And you're going to twist to the left, taking your left hand just behind you, maybe to your pillow, your cushion, the floor. So we're not leaning back. Your right hand comes to the outside of the leg. Lift as tall as you can, and you're going to squeeze, not trying to push with your arms, using the strength of the core to twist like you're wringing out a dirty dish rag. You can even look behind you. You're going to inhale to come all the way back up. Tall spine. Taking your left arm towards the earth. And you're going to reach up and over. Again, opening through the side body. Reach out as far as you can. Bottom armpit comes forward. Top shoulder rolls back. Pay attention to how your neck feels. If you need to look to the floor, if your neck is bothering you, please do so. You're going to inhale to come all the way back up, tall as you can. And you're going to twist to the right. So you're going to take your right hand just behind you, not leaning back. Tall, tall spine. Your left hand comes to the outside of the leg. Lengthen your torso as though you're being stretched. You're going to squeeze to twist. Just using the strength of the core. Then look behind you. Again, full deep breaths. You're going to inhale to come all the way back to center. From here, let's lift up and over to the right, pressing your left leg away from you. So we're feeling this a little bit in the hip and the waist. You're going to roll forward, trying to stretch out your backside like you just got your favorite pair of jeans from the dryer and you're pushing your bottom into it to open up. And over to the left. And we'll go ahead and come forward again. From here, roll it all the way up. Now, just scoop your tailbone under. You're going to lean back just until you feel your core catch. So we're going to do this in a circle. Go to the right. We'll go forward to the left. And back. Big circle. Feeling the core engage while we open the sides, the hips, the backside. Let's reverse this. Big circle. Big circle all the way around. And we'll slowly come right back to center. Nice tall Rolling your shoulders back and down. And now we want to come up onto the cushion. So I'm going to turn mine to the side like Georgie is, so you can see. Coming up on the bolster, let's go ahead and walk ourselves back so that your hips are elevated. So this is already, if you have an issue with lower back, working your core is excellent, just to protect your back is as strong as your core. So we want to have a strong core, but sometimes when we start out, it might be a little too much. So having a cushion underneath you to start with is kind of nice. Let's go ahead and bring your right knee just into your chest. Hug it tight. Rotate your ankle one way and then the other. Same thing we did yesterday. Flex your foot, extend the heel towards the sky. So you're just going to hold on to the hamstring. We're not pulling the leg. Let your upper half be heavy. So you reach through the ball of the foot and flex. So we can stay here. Maybe you reach up to the calf muscle. Upper half is heavy. Reach into the ball of the foot and flex. Maybe slide into the ankle. Shoulders are heavy. Reach to the ball of the foot and flex. Now, from here, we're going to let go your leg so that your arms are overhead. What I want you to do is to reach this leg all the way out until you're about bolster height, and then come all the way back up. And you're going to take it out and up. So what's happening is we're starting, when we come out a little bit further, we're starting to work the core to stabilize. So I want you to come out, and don't come all the way up this time, maybe about a 45-degree angle, and then out. And then up, and then out. Start making it smaller and smaller, and out, and out. And from here, we'll come all the way back up. And bend your knee, switching sides. Grab and hold of your shin, hug your knee in tight, rotate your ankle one way, and then the other. Flexing your foot, reach your heel towards the sky, and you're going to extend through the ball of the foot and flex. Remember, you're not pulling your leg towards you. Grab and hold of the calf muscle, reach in through the ball of the foot and flex. Ooh, I'm always tighter on this side. We can stay here or come to the ankle, reach to the ball of the foot, flex. Let go of your leg. Reach it all the way out, all the way up, all the way out, all the way up. So when we come all the way past that midline point, we don't feel the core. So we're going to not come up as far. And out. Maybe 45-degree angle, not as far. And out. Up and out. Couple more. Make it smaller. Good. And then we're going to come all the way back up. This time, bring your opposite leg to meet it. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Reach through the balls of the feet. You're going to take your legs all the way out. And back up. All the way out. All the way up. Let's go 3 more. Last 2. One more time. And bending your knees, release your feet to the floor. Now, we've had the cushion at the lower half. Let's move it up a little bit higher to the tips of the shoulder blades. So now we are in a back bend. We're opening up through the front of the body quite a bit. Okay. We're first going to start with the same thing, then we're going to come into some yoga sit-ups. So you're going to take your arms up and overhead, getting this nice pull again throughout the core, bringing your knees into your chest, and it'll feel like you're going to do a backward roll. Extend your legs. Maybe let gravity take over, your feet come over the head, flex your feet. You're going to reach it all the way. Well, not all the way, because we'll flip. Sorry, Georgie. That wasn't enough time. Reach. And we'll come back up. Now, from here, this time we'll let the legs get heavier and heavier. Bring your chin to your chest so that we float all the way up. Now, what I want you to do is to go ahead and roll it back, up and over. So we've got a nice back bend again. Bring your hands behind your head. Inhale, chin to your chest. Exhale, we're going to begin to lift. And scoop your tailbone under. You're going to roll it all the way back. Inhale. Chin to your chest. Exhale. And we'll roll it back. Let's just do that one more time. You're going to inhale. Exhale. Now, we're going to kind of combine those. Let's go up and over. Bend your knees. So you feel your shoulders are connecting. So from here, what you do is just to bring your knees into your chest. Extend your legs towards the sky. So we know if we take our legs out really quickly, we're going to flip up. Okay? So what we're going to do, we're not going to go super quickly, but we do want to come into a V shape, our first boat, that will have a little modification with our bolster. So take your arms, just your forearms to touch the bolster, and you're just going to start to reach your legs out, feeling your hips get heavier and heavier. Bring in your chin to your chest. We'll float into a boat. Let's drop your feet, lift them up. Drop your feet and lift. One more time. And we'll release. Okay, are we starting to feel a little bit warm? Yay! It's good. Okay, so we want to twist again. So as you lift your heart, we're going to twist to the left. It's really good for digestion to start for the left. So again, you don't want to lean back when we twist. Just take whatever's behind you, whether it's the floor, your cushion, tall as you can. And we'll twist on our own, squeezing the side body. Full deep breaths. Coming right back to center. Tall as we can, lengthening. And twisting to the right. Right hand is behind you, left hand to your thigh, lift, and twist, squeeze. And we'll come right back to center. Okay, so from here, I want you to move the bolster just a little bit away from you to where you cannot feel it. However, we know that if we fall back, it's right there. Okay, so we're not going to get hurt. It's right there just in case. Okay, so what we're going to do, just to start with, is to take your feet to the floor. Now, we can bring our hands just out to the sides, lift your heart. Now what we're going to do is to sweep our arms forward as you lift your feet up. Okay, so you're going to lean back and lift, and we'll release. Let's hold the next one. Now, bring your hands together like you're going to pray, or like we're doing our focusing mudra. Okay? Shoulders are back and down. Let's twist to the left. Twist to the right. Left. Right. 4, 3, 2, and we'll release. Definitely bringing more and more heat. And again, not a single plank. Yay! So, what I want you to do from here is to move your bolster away. Okay. We're going to come all the way back, but we want to control our descent. Okay. Now, you can keep your legs crossed like this, of course. Sometimes it's a little bit easier if we extend them out so we have more leverage. Okay. If you are used to it and want to go a little bit further, of course you can cross your ankles. But I want you to come into that easy seated position. So you're going to reach forward, scoop your tailbone under, start to roll it. So let your legs be heavy. And we'll take the arms up and over. Just a nice little reach. Okay, so from here, I want you to bend your knees, bringing your feet to the floor. You're going to take your hands around, and I'm going to rock, just take my hands underneath the bottom. Okay. Now, this is very similar to what we just did on the bolster. I want you to bring your knees towards your chest, extend your legs. Okay. Now, from here, you're going to take your legs out. Kind of let them hover off the floor about 6 inches or so. So you're just going to take them out and then come right back up. Again, you're going to take them out and right back up. Just do 2 more. So it's just a little reclining Buddha sequence. Okay, so I want you to come up. Now I want you to think of an angle. Okay, catty corner to the right. And then right back up. Center. Coming up. Catty corner to the left. And back up. Center. Remember, if you go past your midline like that, we're not going to feel it so much anymore. To the right. Coming up. So maybe you don't even go to a 90-degree angle. Down. Coming up. To the left. Up. Center. One more time through. Bring it up. To the right. Up. Center. Up. To the left. Up. And center. And up. Bend your knees. Release. Can you feel that, Georgie? Yeah, we feel it. Go ahead and release your hands from underneath you. So again, we're feeling really warm. Let's go ahead. Bring your knees into your chest. Okay. So from here, we're again going to use our core. I want you to squeeze your inner thighs together. Scoop your tailbone under like you're trying to press the back of your waist into the floor. Okay? So it's almost like you're trying to make a really strong little ball. Bring your chin to your chest. You're going to lift. Reach your hands forward. Squeeze your arms to the thighs. Scoop. Full deep breaths. And we'll release. Okay, so from here, what I want you to do is to take your arms out to the sides. Scoop your tailbone under. You're going to take your legs over to the left. Really wringing out the spine. Again, try to keep your right shoulder on the floor. Scoop your tailbone under to come right back up. Up and over. Second side. Shoulder presses into the floor. And we'll come all the way back up. Your back feeling okay? Okay. So we're going to do this again. Up and over to the left. I want you to hold here. You're going to bring your hands together like you're praying or pointing where you want to go. You're going to lift up, reaching like, I'm going to go right there. So you can feel that in the oblique. We'll release it right back out. Scoop your tailbone under to come up. Up and over second side. Nice twist. Bring your arms together. Lift. Like you're saying, I want to go right there. Lift it as high as you can. Don't shoot anybody, it's yoga. I'm going to pray for you. We'll release. Going back to center. But it is very Charlie's Angel-esque. Okay, so we're going to do this again, but this time we don't want the feet or the legs to come all the way down. So let's say that you don't have a super flexible spine and you didn't bring your legs all the way to the ground that last time. You probably worked a little bit harder. Good for you. So what we'll do is take the legs up and over, but pause, lift, reach. Oh yeah, feel that. Feels good. Squeeze. Try to bring your feet a little bit higher than your knees. And right back down. Ooh, that one was good. Okay, so over to the second side. Finding your balance. You're going to lift up. You're going to try to bring your feet a little bit higher than your knees as you lift and squeeze. Really getting into that side body. Full deep breaths. And we'll release right back to center. Okay, drop your feet to the floor. Just turn your head gently from side to side. Good stuff. Okay, so from here, let's go ahead, bringing your knees into your chest. You're going to cross your ankles, rock and roll to come all the way up to sit. Okay, so from here, again, nice strong core. Now, would it be cheating to do a forearm dog plank? If we're not really wanting to do some planks, would that be cheating, do you think? Okay, so we won't do that. But we will shift forward to come to all fours. And from here, I just want you to curl your toes under. You're going to push back into a squat. Okay. First thing we're going to do, just let yourself get heavy. Fold. Now remember, we've been playing with this with our happy feet. I want you to squeeze your inner ankles towards each other. This will strengthen them. Okay. So we're going to play here, just a little balance. Bringing your hands towards your thighs. You're going to press your knees forward. Full deep breaths. Lift through the pelvic floor, scooping your tailbone under, and we're still using our core to help us to balance. Okay. Let's let go of the legs just so that we know we can. And we'll release back down. Now, usually when I balance, or when you're trying to balance something, you want a broad base. So it could be that you just did that with your feet kind of wide. So I want you to bring your feet closer together so that your big toes are touching. Okay, so there's not, it's not as broad a base. It's going to make us work harder. Remember your ankles. We don't want them to sickle. You're going to squeeze the inner ankles towards the midline. Taking your hands to the thighs, press your knees forward to come to balance. Nice. We'll release, coming back down. Now, from here, keeping your big toes together, spreading the rest of the toes wide, we're going to twist to the left. So you're going to walk your hands towards the left side. Maybe your right arm is just to the outside of the leg. Okay. Now, before we do anything else, it's very easy in this position to round forward. So I want you to reach your hips back, your heart forward. You can take your left hand to your hip, rotate your shoulders, and extend your arm towards the ceiling. Full deep breaths. And we'll release. Let's give the legs just a little bit of a break. Lift your hips. Ah, so good. Big toes are still touching. Spread the rest of the toes wide. We'll come back down into our squat balance. Second side. So you're going to lift your heart. Again, it's really easy to round. So lengthen. You're going to walk your hands towards the right. Left arm is to the outside of that right leg. We can just stay here, lengthen, maybe bringing your right hand to your hip. We do not have to go further, but if you're comfortable, we'll reach it up. And release. Let's lift the hips. Ah, so much better. Okay, so now we're going to try another twist. Big toes are touching. You're going to bend your knees. So we're getting closer and closer to our twisted awkward chair. Okay, we're not quite in a chair right now. It's just a little squat. So I want you to lift your heart. You're going to take your arms over to the left. Now, what we're going to attempt to do is to bring this arm a little bit lower. So right now it might be your forearm or your wrist touching the thigh. Let's see if we can bring the elbow to the outside of the leg. Lifting your heart, bend your elbow. We can stay here. We'll bring your hands together as you press and twist. Full deep breaths. And we'll release. Lift your hips. Ugh. Okay, last side. Woohoo! I want you to bend your knees. Lifting through the heart. Shoulders are back and down. You're going to walk your hands over to the right. And again, we want to try to come a little bit lower so that the elbow comes a little bit closer to the outside of the thigh. You can bend your elbow, hands to the heart. Stay here or both hands. Georgie makes it look so easy. We'll slowly release and lift. Oh, I think that's the hardest on my ankles. But good, that means they're strengthening. Let's go ahead, taking your hands to your shins, come to a halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Now, the most important thing that we're about to do is to lift through the pelvic floor. Engage Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha, okay? This is going to protect you. We're going to come to a halfway lift again, but I want you to imagine that you're a bird and you're going to fly. Lift through the pelvic floor, scoop your tailbone under. Inhale, take your arms out to the sides. Now, pull your feet away from each other. So we're feeling the core engage, and we'll float back down. Again, inhale, trying to get your back flat, and exhale, just 2 more times. Inhale, and exhale. 1 more time, inhale, and exhale. Okay, let's bend the knees, scoop your tailbone under and roll it all the way up. Okay. So we're feeling stronger. We have a little bit stronger core. The legs are definitely starting to wake up. So what we're going to do is to utilize the couch just a little bit for balance. Okay. So I want you to go ahead and we're just going to turn around to our couch. So we're going to play with balance with our warrior threes. Okay. So we want to be far enough from the couch that if we hinge forward, you can touch it. Not so close that your knees are connecting. Okay. So what we're going to do is just to take one leg back. Doesn't matter which, it's going to be my right leg. So I want you to lift tall. You're going to reach your arms forward, and you're just going to almost play patty cake with the couch. And we'll come back up, and take it forward, and up, and forward, and up. One more time. Okay, now from here, what we're going to do is to take it down, find your balance, reach it back. You can feel your core engage. Push through that back heel. Full deep breaths. Can you bring your knee in? Bring it right back out. Remember the couch is right there if we need it. I'm going to need it on the other side. Bring it in. Right back out. One more time. Bring it in. Grab the couch if you need it. Right back out. Ooh, that's a lot of work for the foot. Okay. Second side. Nice and tall. You take your opposite leg back. Inhale. We're going to come forward. And you can touch the couch and come right back up. So it's just really nice to have something to balance, to help us. Otherwise, we might not have come so far out. One more. Okay, so from here, we're going to come forward, let go. Warrior three. Push through your back heel. Bring it in. And back out. Whoop. Bring it in. And back out. I'm going to reach for the couch. Bring it in. And back out. One more. Bring it in. And right back out. And we'll come all the way back up. Okay. So from here, let's go ahead and turn around so we can sit on the very edge of the couch. Legs are active, core is active. So I want you to bring your legs really close together. You're just sitting on the very edge. Okay. Squeeze your inner thighs together, lift your heart. From here, you're going to lean forward with the flat back. Take your arms up. So this is an awkward chair without the legs. So what I want you to do from here is to bring your hands together. We're going to twist. Lengthen and twist. Elbow to the outside of the thigh. Bringing your hands together. Really want your thumbs close to your heart Your opposite elbow is pointing towards the ceiling. So if it's pointing down or back, we're not quite there. So you're really using this arm to push. Long spine. You're going to inhale to come back up. Long line. It's our awkward chair. Switching sides. Bringing your hands together. Taking your elbow to the outside of your thigh. You can bring your hands together. Push so that we twist. Keep the spine long. It's almost like we had planned the whole thing, even though this was our surprise build-up to pose. And it works perfectly with Georgie's core and no plank. We're going to come right back to center. And we'll release. Okay, does that feel okay to you? Let's put it together. So you're going to come back to your mat. You don't have to come very far onto your mat. We're just standing upright. Okay. I would like for you to bring your toes, your big toes together to touch. The rest of the toes spread wide. Okay. So first we're going to come into some awkward chairs. Just a little bit more dynamic so we feel like we're doing something strong. Okay. Toes are spread wide. So you're going to inhale. Exhale. Sitting back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. 2. 1 more. Now I want you to hold this one. Squeeze your legs together. You can stay here or bring your hands together. If this is not for you, please come back to the couch. We're going to twist to the left. Bringing your elbow right up against the thigh, and we twist. And that was our surprise pose for today that we just flipped in our book. So it's fun to really build up. We'll come back to center. Second side. Long spine. And we'll inhale. And we'll come all the way up and release. Oh, so good. Okay, so from here, I'm going to ask you to go ahead, come down to the floor on your belly. Georgie, I'm going to get a little sip of water really quick. I feel like my mouth is dry, I'm just talking too much. Okay. So what we're going to do is to play a little bit more. So if you feel like your core has, had a little bit of a break, but you want a little bit more, we're going to come into some flying yogis or supermans. So we want to make sure that your back is safe. So first thing we're going to do is just plant down. So your pubic bone is going to press into the earth. Tops of the thighs press into the earth. You're going to raise your face. Maybe bringing your hands back to your chest. You're not pushing with your hands at all. Not yet. Let's lift a little bit higher. Again, not using your arms. From here, we will use the arms. First, shoulders. Roll them back and down. Push your hands forward. Elbows really close in, so we have a cobra. And we'll roll it back down. Again, press down through your pubic bone, tops of the thighs. Shoulders roll back and down. Raise your face and chest, no arms, no arms. Then push forward. Shoulders, roll them again, back and down. And we'll release. Okay, let's check this out with the legs. Just lift one leg from your backside. Release, second side. And release. Press into the pubic bone. Lift your both legs. And release. Okay. from here, you're gonna bring your fingertips to the floor. Press your pubic bone into the earth. Raise your face, your chest. Lift your legs. Shoulders again back and down. Reach it back. And release it all the way down. Okay. So what we're going to do is to roll. That means good. If you feel like you have to use the bathroom, it's really good. It means we're doing it right to the whole world. So we're going to come into banana rolls or hot dog rolls. So we're going to come to that from that Superman into a very low boat. Now, we'll see how many because I'm right on the edge of the carpet. If it doesn't feel good, we'll see. You should be good. Okay, so first thing I want you to do is to lift your face, your chest, your arms, your legs. Reach them forward. Now, from here, don't touch the floor with your hands, but let's roll onto the back. Oh yeah! Baby mode! Roll back, don't touch the floor. And then roll to the other side. Okay, back to center. And roll. Back to center. And roll. Back to center. And roll. Back to center last time. Roll. Back to center. And laughing is so good for the core as well. Let's go ahead and release. Hands to the floor. You're going to lift up. Sit back on your heels, forehead to the mat. From here, let's scoop the tailbone under and roll all the way back up. Let's drop the hips to one side. Swing your legs around. Okay. Nice long spine. Lengthen. We're going to lift up and over to the right. Press your left leg away from you. Full deep breaths. Let's come forward. To the left. Press your right leg away. Now remember what we did at the very, very beginning. When we were starting to pop, we had to go backwards. So reach it back. Feel the core. Over to the right. We'll come forward, big circles. And reverse. Big circle. One more time around, just a big circle. And we're going to come right back to center. Nice and tall. Okay. So from here, we're going to come back into some more boats. Okay. So you take your feet to the floor. First thing we're going to start with is an anchored boat. Okay, so I want you to come back to your forearms. Drop an anchor. So you want to make sure that we don't slump. Roll your shoulders back and down, lift your heart. So you're pushing down actively with the forearms. So remember when we started out and we talked about if we come to the midline versus out where we can feel it just a little bit more. So we're going to try to pick our position to where we are feeling the core. First thing we're going to do, bring your shins to tabletop position. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Shoulders rolling back and down. Okay, so we're going to go from a dinghy to a little rowboat. Reach it out. Maybe let your legs drop just a little bit lower. Can you feel that? Okay. Let me know if you don't. We'll bring it right back in. Release. So you come a little bit higher to your hands. Now, we're not going to keep the arms straight. We're going to bend them just a little bit. Okay. That'll give us a little bit more leeway. Okay. If you don't like it, if your arms are super tired from learning handles, concerto, and your arms are tired, come back down to your forearms if this doesn't feel good. Shoulders back and down. Bending your elbows. Taking your legs out. Up. And out. Just feeling the core engage. We're still anchored. Bring it in and we'll release. Coming a little bit higher. From here, bending your knees, feet to the floor. You're gonna hold onto your hamstrings. Okay. So from here, you're gonna lift your heart, shoulders back and down, your feet will leave the floor. We could stay here the whole time. This is an excellent balance pose. You're still working your core, a little bit of the upper body. You can take one shin at a time towards the ceiling. Stay here. Or let go. Maybe extend the legs. Ooh, can you feel that? It's good. Bring it in. And release. Do you feel like you worked your core a little bit? And this is all, again, without planks. so it's good. Okay, let's go ahead and come all the way back down to your back. Again, you can straighten your legs. That gives you a little bit more leverage. Or you can keep your legs crossed, reach out, use your core to come all the way down. Try not to fall. Up and over. Oh, it's so good. This is the best part so far. No, it's all good. Okay, so we're going to bring back in our twist with our legs, and I just caught sight of the time, so it might be one of the last things we do. So bringing your legs up. I want you to go ahead, bringing your right leg towards the sky. And what we're going to do to start out with, you can hold on to your hamstring, your calf muscle, or your ankle. Opposite leg is going to reach out. Okay, so if you've taken my Pilates, this is very similar to the scissor in the air. Switch. Switch. We just don't have the breath and that rapid movement. Switch. Switch. Okay, I want you to hold here. Bring your chin to your chest, lift your shoulders. Hands together. You're going to reach. Okay? Now, reach opposite way. Twist, 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 twist. Hold. Switch legs. Twist, 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 twist. And hold it here. Switch legs as you twist. Switch legs as you twist. Twist. 4, 3, 2, and that's when hug it in. Much better. Take your arms out to the sides. You're going to lift up and over to the left. If your spine is kind of tight, you can always take a bolster, a block, a cushion underneath your leg. Scoop your tail in order to come back up and over to the second side. Full deep breaths. It's okay, puppy. And even though they would do a little yoga with us, they'll find a squirrel or a cat and bark the whole time. It's the only reason that they're in puppy jail. You're going to come all the way back to center. Releasing your feet to the floor. Turning your head gently from side to side. Now, we have some options here for our final relaxation, our Shavasana. You can extend your legs all the way out and just call it a day. This is nice. You can grab your cushion to place underneath your legs. Or, you can grab your cushion so that you can fit in feet. You can also come to your couch for legs up the couch. So that gives you 3 different variations. What I want you to do is just to take your arms alongside the body, palms face upward. Closing your eyes, and again, just turning your head gently from side to side. We'll come right back to center. Really paying attention to how your body is feeling. need to adjust. That's fine. But we want to find this connection to the earth, just feeling still. Because we know what it feels like to create tension in the body. When we were, even though we had no planks going on, we were creating a lot of tension, just working our core, finding that balance, twisting. So here, let go of that tension as you sink into the earth, sinking into your mat, into your cushion, into the couch. Allowing the body to expand with each breath you take. And know that you did a good thing. When we are working our core, not only do we protect the back, we get stronger. We aid in digestion, so we're kind of burning off the crud, the toxins that maybe you've taken in. If maybe you broke down and had some Pringles, yeah, that's okay. It's okay to splurge, to do something now and again, but we need that balance. So doing the kind of a core workout, moving, working your body is really good for you, body, mind, and spirit. If you're stuck at home and you're just like, I just gotta do something, you know, yoga practice, going for a walk or a run, playing. If you've got kids, or if you're a kid at heart, maybe you pull out the Nerf guns or water balloons and just play, play war. But from here, we just really want to connect back to our center. That feels very warm. Knowing that in chakra work, our core, Manipura, that fire chakra, power chakra, it gives us that determination to drive, focus, to just keep going. If things get tough, we can make something work. We can find a way. But it's not just discipline and being super rigid. This is what the seed of belly laughter, your inner child. So you can think of working out as, no, I have to do it this way every single time. Or you can hide and water balloon your spouse. Lots of fun. Take time today to find little joys. Just completely surrendering. Letting your scalp fall back away from the head. Your forehead softens. The muscles of the face melt back into the earth. Separate the back row of your teeth. Let your shoulders sink into the earth. Feeling the length and the weight of the arms. Anchored at your forearms and your knuckles. Feeling the softness of the armpit and the length of the side body. Notice how heavy your hips feel. The length and the weight of the legs. And it's just so nice to be solid, take up space. And I invite you to stay here another 5 to 10 minutes if you like. And again, maybe go outside today, standing in the sun. Look at the green, the leaves of the trees. Play with your dog or your cat. Just taking time to be present. And again, you can stay here as long as you like. And you're being productive. This is good for your body, your mind, your spirit. And I do thank you so much for joining in. have a wonderful rest of your Friday. Namaste.